about what a user journey is. Yeah, but that would be assuming that we know what a user is or who a user is, and that takes us to our first question: what or who is a user? So I would like, answers, suggestions, comments from us before I share what I have. So who wants to tell us what they think a user is? Anybody?
Okay. I think that depends on the product or for a particular purpose.
So you said the user is what?
Someone that depends on the product or another person's service.
So you said someone that depends on a product?
Yes. Or
okay.
a service.
Okay. So someone that depends. That's fine. Any other suggestions?
Okay. I still remain Badamasi Abubakar. From the look of things, and so far, I can say a user is who a product is being built for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So you know that there are no right or wrong answers, yeah? Especially in design. Design has a subjective component to it, yeah, and depending on your use case, some answers are just are more appropriate than others, yeah. So I am going to share with us the definition that will work well with the rest of this topic, yeah. So for this particular topic, and I think that it will also apply for pretty much any part of design. A user is an entity that utilizes a service or product to complete a task. Yeah, so yes, they may depend on them, like was said, but yes, for the most part, a user is an entity that makes use of a service or product to complete a task. So a user can be another computer, yeah, can be a human being, yeah, and this human being can be an administrator, technician, support person, or an end user. Now, let's take note of this because it's easy to mix these things up and then get all confused. Yeah, so you could be an end user, you could be a support technician, you could be an admin staff, and also you could have another computer using your product. Yeah, so you can build a platform that is basically an API. And that API stands for application program interface. Yeah, and that API would have other computers, yeah, collect data or information from it. Those other computers are also users. So you are building for computer users. That happens, yeah. But for the most part, for when you start designing, you mostly be designing for human beings, yeah. So I want you to also note that your human users would also be support staff, technicians, and end users. So you're asking me who then is the end user? I'll tell you. For example, assume you build a website, yeah, and it's supposed to be like about you. It's a simple website just about you, and then you add content to the website, and then you have somebody who writes blog articles for you, and then they publish onto that website. They are not the end users, but they are admin in a way. They are editors, but they are not end users. The end users are people who just come to visit a website and then consume content. Do you understand? So that's the difference between an end user, an admin user, a support technician user, all of that. But the end user is the ultimate human user of a product. Yeah. Now, I always advise people that when you design websites, applications, any solution, design solutions that work well for all the users. I have a client now who is emphatic about how the website looks and how it works for the end user. He says, for the admin, I don't even care, do it anyhow. But for the end user, it has to be good, it has to work well, look good. And because they want to save time, some people tend to think that way. But it's like building it's like building a business, say a hospital or a restaurant, and then you are seeking to cater to your customers who come in to buy food or to patronize that business, and you want to make them have a wonderful experience. But you don't put so much thought into how the staff, how the experience is for them, which is something that if you notice, plenty businesses do. They almost don't care about how their staff fares, but they want to design their service to work well for their customers. I think that services, products, and all kinds of businesses would do a lot better if they cater to all their users, which includes customers and admin staff and all of that. Does that make any sense? Feedback? Does it make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good. Good. So now we know who a user is. Let's now talk about what a user journey is. Yeah. A user journey is the series of steps and emotions that user would experience when they interact with a service or a product. Yeah, so it helps you as a designer visualize or picture how a user would engage with what you have designed, and it helps you see things from their point of view. I will show you an example here that you can use to work. Think of this. This is supposed to be a food delivery app. Yeah. Say you are where you are. Like, for instance, a few weeks ago, I was working at a clinic. And then at about 2 p.m., I got very hungry and I wanted food. So I went online to search for food delivery service near me. Yeah, I found the usual ones, Jumia, you find a few other ones. I selected Jumia, and I looked for a restaurant around me on the Jumia website. I found Chicken Republic. I was hungry, so I wanted food. So I paid, I put in my card details, did everything, then I began to wait for the food. 2 hours after, 3 hours after, the food didn't come. It was even, in fact, the next day that they sent me a text saying, "Oh, sorry, we cannot deliver you what you asked for. Don't be angry." So, of course, you can imagine that that experience was not, the best, but that's basically what my user journey is. It's right till tomorrow. I will say I will tell people not to use that system, that it wouldn't work. Even though I know people who say, "Oh, it actually worked for them," it was just not working well that day. So you can see how my own user journey was. You can see how it differs from other people's own. Yeah, so that is basically what a user journey looks like. It's the series of steps that a user follows, yeah, to in order to use service or product to achieve their aim. Okay. Uh, See here now, this is what the user has to do. Activity. Here, user finds the the app for this. Can you still hear me?
No,
Yes.
really, sir. Sir, can you take like what you say a few like maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute back, because it's like the thing went off.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So where was I?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So I think I was I was talking about how the user journey map works here. So here, the user explores to find an app that helps them solve their problem. Most people will start from Google, do a search, and then see what they find. Then when you find the app, one that you think would work, you would explore the app again to see what options they have. And then from there, you place your order, and then you want to, depending on what you get. Yeah. So if you get what you want, you are happy, you ask them, and then you want to order food again from them, and then you tell other people about your experience with them and how it was. Yeah. And each step that you follow, there's a goal behind it. And each time you want to achieve a goal, there's something that you do. And each time you do that thing, there's a feeling that you get. So mapping the activity, yeah, that is geared towards achieving a goal, and what you do, how you engage with the service to achieve that goal, and how you feel when you do that thing is what the user journey map is. And then you would map this from the beginning when you start thinking about, oh, I want to do this thing, up until when you actually get that thing done. So this person wants to order food. What they do is they search for the app, and they searching for the app because they want to order food as soon as possible. And how do they do this? Some people use a search engine, some people use social media, some people ask their friends. When they are doing this, how do they feel? Happy, excited, sad? Most people would actually be hopeful or happy in this step. Then when they find something they like, the next thing that they want to do is to place the order. To place an order, what you would be using is the app or the website. How do you feel? Happy, hopeful, thereabout. Then when you place the order, you are waiting for your food to come, and you want it to come how you imagine that it would be. You don't want to have one of those what I ordered versus what I got scenarios. You want your food to come as advertised. Again, you're going to be using the app for this. How you would feel is happy because your food is on its way. When your food arrives, yeah, you see it's exactly what you want. You are happy, and then next time you want to order again from them. So you can see how steps follow themselves. Let's see how we could do one of these to help us better understand it. So I understand. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I was still on that former slide. I was still on this slide when I was talking. Now I want us to make a journey map. Yeah. So I understand that we have individual assignments, projects that we are working on. So I want us to take somebody's project and then use that to make a user journey map. Yeah. So does anybody want to volunteer their project for us to work on? Anybody? No worry, I will not steal your idea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see Badamasi Abubakar. Sorry for the introduction, sir. Okay, here's the idea. It's
Okay.
Okay, having known that there are a lot of innovations that will be happening to products, or possibly there are some new inventions that are coming up, and these inventions are going to be shared by people. And so the main target of this product is a platform.
Okay.
Texaton.
Okay.
The Texaton.
Yeah.
So Texaton is just like a platform for kind of tech talent management, but not really management, because there's still going to be engagements by the idealists and by the executors. So there's a place for executors and there's a place for idealists. So it's kind of creating a balance, creating a kind of a platform for the two to meet and showcase what they have to offer for the market. So what Texaton team will do is to find investors to sponsor these products and make sure it becomes a success.
Okay. Hold on, yeah. Investors. So I think that you mentioned two things here, yeah, but we'll start with just one. Yeah, I mean, just because of time, we'll work with one. So one of them is talent management, which I think is cool. It's simple, and we can work with that. I am going to lead. I am going to do most of the talking for this space. I would have loved to have you, I'd have loved to have you say what you think, and then, correct you as you go along. But please just bear with me here for the sake of time. Let me just do this and then you watch me. Yeah. So if I want to design the user journey map for a talent management system, also Madam Mosi, I might deviate from your idea, just make it simpler and then to do what I understand of it. Yeah. So please.
Okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
That's fine. Okay, good. Thank you. So it's tech talent management, much like let's say TopTal, for instance, or Upwork or Fiverr. Yeah, these are systems that exist that many people know about, and what they do is that they help people who are looking for developers, designers to find them. Yeah. So if you want to build something like that, who is your user? Now, here, you even have more than one end user. That's the first thing that you have to note. Your end users are the people who come to work, the developers, designers, and those who are coming to look for talent. Yeah, so you have two end users. Each of these end users will have a separate user journey map. Their journey maps cannot be the same. They are separate. Yeah, so we'll work with just one of them in this session. So let's say we want to work with the talents. Yeah. And then there are different kinds of talents. I mean, there are writers, UX designers, developers, and all of that. So we'll just pick one of them and then work with them. And because we are designers and we know how design works, let's design a system for designers. So this is a system that helps designers find opportunities to work. Yeah, good. So let's give our persona a name. Anybody mention any name and I will give it to the persona. So what should we call our personal. Any ideas?
John Doe.
John Doe. Okay, let's call him John Wick.
Okay.
So
Nice.
what's his goal? What's his goal? What's his goal? His goal is to find meaningful work. He wants to find meaningful work and then get
Let's use gold.
John Gold, yeah?
Gold.
Okay. So his goal is to find meaningful work, yeah? So to find meaningful, rewarding work, yeah? As a UX designer, yeah? Good. So what does he want to do? So if you're a UX designer and you want to find work, where is the first place that you would go to? I'm thinking you would check social media. So social media, you would check Google, yeah. You would
LinkedIn.
talk to your friends, talk to LinkedIn, yeah. I'll put that under social media. So Twitter, LinkedIn, all of that, just on that. So that's the first thing you will do. Then when you find places, so assume they find your solution, Mathematics, assume they find it, yeah. So I'm going to just call it Mathematics website, yeah, app. I'll call it Mathematics app. So they find Mathematics app. What's the next thing that they will do? Sign up, yeah. So they create accounts, and then add all their credentials as the site asks them to do. Yeah. Let's not forget how they feel. So when they go onto social media, they find options. How do they feel? Excited, I mean, or what do you think? How would you feel if you find an app like Madam Moses that wants to help you do what you want to do? How would you feel? Anybody?
Personally, I will be excited as well.
So excited. Good. So you create account. When you're asked to create an account, how do you feel?
I will feel like I'm being aided. Like, yeah, I kind of see, okay, who can help me to get what I want.
Yeah. So I am asking this because in fact some people don't like to have to sign up to use certain solutions. Yeah, because you feel like why do they need your email, password, and then why do you have to have an account with them? Yeah, for a platform like this, it makes sense, but for some others, it doesn't make sense. So the point is that not all platforms need sign up login. Do you understand? So that's actually where I am going to with this. Yeah, not every emotion would be positive. Some things that you would do would annoy your users and it might even make them wait. Yeah, but good. So I mean, you feel hopeful, Then what's the next thing that you have to do? Apply for work. Yeah. So you now have an account, you've verified your details, then you want to apply for work. Good. So we put apply for work. This would also be done here on the website, And as you're doing this, how do you feel? I'll be anxious. I mean, I know about you. I'll be all kind of things, but I would also be anxious. And in the end, I get a job, get a job. When you get that job on the website, how would you feel? Elated, excited. Yeah. Now, we must note that not all emotions will be positive. Some of them will be negative. Yeah. Which is why it's actually good to sometimes talk to your actual users because you would think that, oh, it's a beautiful journey all the way. No, some things that you think people would enjoy, they won't enjoy. So it would be good if you actually ask them and then speak with them. That way, you can fill up the bottom part about how you can improve your solution. That is also one of your duties as a designer to find ways that you can improve what you've done. Yeah. So basically, what I have here for the app for the user journey map for this app is this. action to find an app that helps me find meaningful work. Yeah, the task for that would be to go to social media, check Google, talk to my friends. How do I feel? Hopeful, you know. Next action that's here, this part would be to create a to create an account and add my credentials. Yeah, and then how do I feel about that? Hopeful. Next task would be to apply for work. Yeah, at this point, I'm feeling anxious. Now, think about it. Is anxiety a good emotion or not? Do you want your users feeling anxious or not? Yeah. Now, some people think about things like this, and they find that the anxiety, can be, you can make people feel less anxious, and they think of things to do, at this point to help you feel less anxious, to help you feel a lot calmer when you apply for work. It could be something as simple as saying that you are so close, 8 out of 10 people that come this far end up getting a job. If you put that kind of text under the place where they have to sign up, people feel a lot better. They feel less anxious and they have the zeal to continue. So you can see how important these steps actually are. It's good to know how people feel as they are using your product, so you can know how to make adjustments to help them feel better. Yeah. So basically, that is how a user journey map works. And I'm hoping that at the end of this, you'll be able to make something similar. Yeah, let's just jump on to the next one. What's a user flow? Now, a user flow can seem quite similar to a user journey map, but when you understand it better, you see that it's different. Now, unlike a user journey map, a user flow is the path taken by a prototypical user on your already existing website. It's not how they find you, then use your service or product to achieve their mission, and then go on with their life. So it is the journey they take while they are on your website. So the moment they land there, up until when they do what they want to do, those series of steps, that is what a user flow is. So it is what you would be doing, the designs you would be making on for the website, how you connect one screen to the next one. That is what the user flow is. Yeah. The flow takes them from their point of entry through a series of steps towards a successful outcome and final action. Yeah. um I don't know if you can see this well. Can you see this flow well? So it says log in, sign up, then enter email address, all of that. So this is supposed to be a flow for a document creating software. Yeah, but I think we would understand this better when we make our own flow. And this is where I want to start talking about tools. I don't know if you have been uh, uh, about them, spoken to about them before. Yeah. To do pretty much anything that you want to do, there'll be a long list of tools that you can use. Some people might refer some tools to other tools. That is fine. I tell people that the best tool is the one that gets the job done. Most of the time, I like to use pen and paper. I love it. Hmm? But to create a flow, you could use any of these apps, FigJam, Mirror, all of that. I would use FigJam to make a quick flow, and then we would see how it works. Yeah, but the idea is the step we would follow is we want to determine our objective because we are going to be using Mother Morris's app. We would be speaking with him, as the product owner, and then I would be the designer, and then we would follow these steps. Yeah, Madam Mosi,
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. So now we want to make a flow for your app. Yeah, I understand that it's robust. There is plenty of moving parts to it. So let's take it bit by bit here. Um, I would be making the flow. The first step is I want to know what your own objectives are. I mean, you as a business owner, as a product owner, and then also what your users' objectives are. Now, this is important because this is also part of your work as a UX designer. If you go online, if you go online today, you would see plenty of websites redesigns of Facebook, Twitter, Google. They look beautiful. And you'll ask yourself, why doesn't Google use something like this? Or Facebook use something like this? Or Twitter? I'll tell you. So those platforms, those designs might look better for the user. In fact, they might. But here's the catch. They might not achieve those companies' business goals. Do you understand? And that is also important. Google wants to give you a beautiful experience, yes, but they also want to make money. So if you give them a design that only makes the user happy, but does not take into consideration their own goal, which is to make money and other things, they will not be able to adopt it. It's as simple as that. As a designer, even go one step ahead. I also factor in the developers. You don't want to design something that works well for the users, the person that has the app is happy, but those building it are causing you as their coding line after line. You don't want to do that because you'll end up messing up your work. So factor in everybody, developers, businesses, and users. Yeah, when you create your design, that way at the end, everybody is happy. Yeah, good. So, Madam Mercy, back to you. What are your objectives? Just tell me two that I can work with. What do you want to achieve with this app that I can help you design?
Okay. First is it about the user, like the user coming to the platform, or generally about the idea, sir?
Okay, so you want business owners to come with their ideas.
Sir, I'm asking the question, sir. Like, should it be for the, because you said we are going to take one part of it and leave the other part. Now we are focusing on
Yes,
the talent management side, sir.
yes,
So
yes.
on the talent management, okay, I want it to be that on getting to the platform, the prospective, let me say, innovator or inventor would see something like something that depicts innovation.
Okay, no. Hold on. What's your goal? Like, what do you want to achieve with this? What's the end goal for you?
Okay,
Is,
okay.
is it is it
Okay,
is it to make money or what? Like, what's the end goal for you?
okay. The end goal is to see things done through the platform.
Okay, okay. So you want usage. You want people to use the platform.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's the thing here. Sometimes when people are designing an app or a website, at some point just want awareness and say, I want people to sign ups. Then next thing they might want okay. Next thing they might want money. Yeah, they might want more revenue. And if you have followed some of these big global companies, you have observed these things in them. They will tweak their designs to achieve what they want to achieve. Yeah. Twitter, for instance, is in that phase where they want to make money. So everything that they are doing now is geared towards, hey, how can we make more money? Yeah, so you want usage, you want people to use the app. So it means that here and now, you won't be doing so much of, you will not be thinking about payments and all of that. Yeah, you just want people to use it. That's fine. So it means that for the most part, what I would design is an app that is easy to use and that more people actually, and that gets people to get more people to come and use it. So two things: one, an amazing user experience, and two, a way to get people to refer more users. Yeah. So let's work with that. One, the business objectives for me is to increase usage and then to increase referrals. Yeah, good. For the users, it would be to get them to achieve what they want to achieve. So if it is those who want jobs, to help them find jobs, and if it is for those who want talent, to help them find talent. We were working with those who are looking for jobs, so we would continue to work with them even at this phase, and we would move on. Now, determine how people find your website. How would people find your website? Don't think too much about it. Just ask yourself, people that look for websites now, I mean, people that are looking for tech jobs now, where did they go to? I'll tell you. I think plenty of people go to Google, that's one. Two, some others go to Twitter, that's two. Three, some of them go to specific tech communities like Stack Overflow, Quora, all of that. That is where they go to look for jobs. Another way is people use WhatsApp groups. So you might have like a group for designers, and then they share links there from time to time. So knowing that this is what people do now, how can you push yourself into that system so that they can find you? These are the questions that we'll answer here. Then identify what information your users need and when they need it. We will talk more about this when we get to information architecture. Yeah. Then map out your user flow. And as always, you always end your design with feedback and improve. So in the end, you never actually finish designing. A design is never finished because you're going to be collecting feedback and then making adjustments. So let's move. Yeah, let's make a user flow. What should we use? Should we use pen and paper or fig jam?
Big jam.
Fig jam.
Fig jam it is then. Fig jam it is. So let me open. Let's share a different screen. You can see. Oh, there's a whiteboard here. Is someone saying something? So I don't know if you can see my screen. Can you? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
You can see Figma, yeah?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So let's let it go. Okay. Fig jam. So there are plenty of whiteboard tools that you can use. There's FigJam, Google has one, Mirror has one. There are plenty of them. So basically pick anyone you like and use. Yeah. But I must say, so we want to design the flow for your, we want to design the flow for your website. How do I look here? Okay. What's happening? So I am looking for my Figma and it doesn't seem to be coming out. Okay, you can still see my Figma here. Can you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we want to design a flow for your website, yeah, and I would attempt to make this as fast as possible. I would use sticky notes to represent pages, yeah. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Homepage. Control D. So from the home page, where should users go to?
Login.
Exactly.
Sign
So
up.
I have put them sign up and login. From there, where should they go to? What should the next?
Dashboard. So it will be a two-way thing. So if the person doesn't have an account yet, it takes him to the login page where he can sign up. Then if he
Okay.
has an account already, then it probably takes the person to the dashboard.
Perfect. So let's put this as dashboard. Let's put this as what's it called? Control D. And let's call this
Sign up.
let's put this here. This one should be here. You know. And then from the dashboard, what do they want to do? Job listings. To see job listings. Yeah. And then from here, Control D, they apply for jobs. They apply. Dashboard. Here you would create profile and add credentials, verifications. Okay. And then after you apply for jobs, what happens next? Anybody?
After the application for job, there should be a feedback like how was the experience using the platform, and possibly positive comments to help boost their like to help boost to help boost their positive expectation. Then the feedback comes next.
Okay. So this one is unfortunately, I'm not continuing with you.
You've not linked the sign up to the login page.
Sign up to login. Sign up to login. Oh, okay, yeah. I understand. So this even goes both ways. It goes like in both directions. That's fine. Okay. This for interview. Let's add one of these here. So this could also lead to an L. You know what an L is, Abby? And this is success. Okay, so does my flow make sense to you?
Sorry, what's an L?
Who wants to help? Who wants to help? What's an L?
I said, sorry, what's an L?
I'm putting it back out there. Who wants to help us? What is an L?
Let me try, sir.
Now,
Anybody?
Is it a
landing
kind of
page, I guess.
No.
is it a kind of
L is
loop?
Lost.
Sir,
L is slang for loss.
okay.
Oh, okay.
You understand? L is slang for loss or Ella or work. You understand? So this is a flow, yeah. You start from the home page. You hit the sign up. If you have an account, if you don't have an account, you sign up. But if you have an account, you log in. If you don't have one, sign up. Either way, you still end up on the dashboard. Here you will create your profile, add credentials, and then verify your details. When you finish doing all this, you can now begin to see job listings. Yeah. Then you can apply for jobs. And then when you apply for jobs, they might say, you know what, we are going on to the next step, but we would not continue with you. Or they can even invite you for interviews. And during that phase, they'll be like, yeah, you are nice, but we cannot continue with you. But hopefully in the end, the person achieves success, yeah, and then he gets a job. So this, I guess, he needs to get a job. So in the end, this person has achieved what they came here to do, which was to get a meaningful job. Yeah, you might even get jobs, yeah, but you don't like them because you don't find them to be meaningful enough. So you continue to apply. The whole idea is that this is what the flow looks like. So you can see the step, like you can see how many screens they have to pass through. You can see the buttons they will click, what they will do, all of that. This helps you to picture it in your mind. Yeah, this is what the flow can look like. You can make the flow even more detailed on Figma. I would not do that here and now because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be more time intensive. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So what I actually do after this is to sketch on pen and paper. And because I'm not sure there's a time and space to talk about that, I will talk about it here and now. It's good, it's useful to sketch on pen and paper how you want the website to look like. Before you go to Figma to start to design, do this, and then from here, the next step even before Figma is to attempt to sketch out what you want the screens to look like. I would do a sketch, send you pictures on the WhatsApp group so you can imagine, so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Um, um, just give me like a minute. In fact, crazy 8 are about 30 seconds. Let me see. Crazy 8, crazy 8. UX design. Time limit. Okay, good. So they take about between 30 seconds to 1 minute. So please just give me like 30 seconds. Let me do some sketches and then I will share it with us. Yeah. Let go. So this is the landing page. It contains this and that. The button that is apply. That one. This is where you sign up, login. In another one, this is where you see your dashboard, complete your profile. So form. What one will see all the job listings. 1, 2, 3. So this is the job company's logo. This is this one. So 1, 2, 3. Button to apply. What else? You apply for a job. So here you will see more details about the job, company's name, what they want, and then you apply. The next one is that's apply. Okay, I think I'm even done. Good. So I will send you a picture onto WhatsApp, and then you can just take a quick look at it. Twicher. Good. Let me label them. So home page. This one is login /sign up. This one is job listings. This one is verify. This is the name, address, whatever. And this is the job details. Okay. Okay, so I have sent the sketch I made to WhatsApp. Yeah. Let me know if you've been able to see it, to look at it, so I can start talking about them. Anybody?
Yeah, same.
Nice, nice.
I have seen.
Okay. Has anybody else seen the sketch I sent?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Good. So I will tell you why they are important here now. One, when you start designing low fidelity, high fidelity, you tend to go back and forth on decisions. What is best? Does this look good? Should I put the button here? Should it be square? All those small details. We tend to think about them a lot. This helps you to get ideas in your head out on paper fast, so you can see it. It gives you an idea of what you are going to be working with in terms of the most important elements. What I have here are the most important elements that this website needs. Everything else is, design. I mean, decoration. Yeah. What is here is actually the most important element that this website needs. So the home page, no matter what you do, there has to be a button for the user to continue to the next step, which is login, sign up. Like if in the end, you might end up putting that button at the top, but no matter what, it has to be obvious, and it's the most important element of that home page. Then from there, they would go on to login, sign up. If you like, put video in the background. If you like, put animation, put GIF, anything you like, but it must have a space for them to put in their email, password, and the button for them to click and continue. From there, they would go on to the place where they will verify all their details. So it's a long form. They will fill in their name, all their school and work details. Then they continue. After which they would be able to view job listings. So the job listings would contain the company's logo or their picture, a few details about the company. That's what I use those lines to represent. And then a button that they can click. That is what the box on the right is, the button that they can click to apply for jobs that they like. So no matter what you do, this page must contain these elements. Then when they get to the job details page, so if you click on a job, you will see more details about that company. You see a bigger logo and the button that you will click to apply for work. When you apply, they can send you a mail via your email, or they can send you an inbox via the website, or they can even call you. Yeah, after which you can schedule interviews. This part can happen offline. It's why I did not schedule them. They can happen outside the platform. You can call you, you get in touch, and then you get the job. Understand? So this helps you to get out all the ideas fast. Don't spend time doing this. It takes about between half a minute to a minute to get it done, and you should aim for about 8 screens. And they don't have to be in order. That's one. They don't have to be in order, and you can have multiple designs for one screen. That's fine. Yeah. So in the end, you will pick out what you think is the most important, or you can combine multiple to get what the final design will be. Yeah. So it's always good to do a sketch and share these sketches with the product owners, so you know, so that they're involved every step of the way. Yeah. It's only after doing this and you're happy with what you've done that you can now go on to Figma and then begin to make low fidelity and high fidelity designs. We'll talk more about those ones later. Yeah. So we have done our user flow. and we have made our pen and paper sketches, I think we are good to go. Yeah, so let me come back to my slides and let's see what's happening. Yeah, so here we are. At this point, though, do we have any questions for me? Anybody? Questions? Or I can continue. I'm doing well. Okay, then. So I would continue then. Thank you. Yeah, we talked about this. So what's a user persona? Anybody? What's a user persona?
Hello. A user persona is a fictional character that represents the person that will be using the products.
Perfect.
End user or something. Yeah.
Although they are not exactly fictional, they're actually more semi-fictional, you know. So in fact, they should be as real as possible, but at this time, you may not have somebody to work with. So it's good to imagine what you think that they are. So it's why they may seem fictional, but they're actually more semi-fictional. Yeah. And you can get them by talking to users and segmenting various, your users into various demographic and psychographic groups. Yeah. In the end, they actually help us to know who we are designing for. That's the idea. You have to know who you are designing for. It helps you understand your users, their expectations, their concerns, motivations, their goals, and aspirations. So basically, you want to assume the role of your user. You want to put yourself in your shoes. You want to be like them for a day. Let me tell you a story. I'm sure we know the former CEO of Go Kada, do we? The one that was killed in New York.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's sad how he died. I liked him a lot. But when he was still alive, when he was still in Lagos, yeah, he published an article on Medium, which I read and loved. Yeah. So he said that one day he was in an Uber or something like that, going for a meeting. Yeah. And there was traffic as is, usually in Lagos. So he came down and then he ordered the go-karter. Yeah. And that was how he got to his destination. But doing that, following the steps he had to follow to do that, he saw things that he never would have seen if he hadn't used his app like that. Yeah. So he understood how he understood the challenges that people normally would face when they attempt to use Go-Kada. Now here's the thing. Most times when we design solutions, we imagine best case scenarios. We imagine that a user is sitting down in their house and they say, I want to go to XYZ place. Let me call a Go Kada. So they unplug their phone, open the app casually, AC is blowing them, they are happy, they swipe, they find the bike, place the order, do what they have to do. Then after a few minutes, the bike comes and then they go. But in real life, that actually isn't what happens. Most times you are outside and you have to make the order because one thing or the other did not work out. That's one. So either you had a plan to help you commute to your destination and did not work out, and so you have to order a Go-Kada. It is almost always an emo card. Yeah. Even if it's not audio, you don't see your phone screen very well. Yeah. If you observe, this is why Uber changed their design and they made the contrast very, very sharp, because people that use Uber, people that use ride hailing apps are usually outside in the sun. where if it is not clear enough, you will not see what you are doing. Have you ever tried to use your phone out in the sun before? It can be annoying. Even on the maximum brightness, you still would not see well. You understand? So he got an idea of all these things, and then they were able to make adjustments that helped their app improve user experience. So this is how important persona is. You could sit down and design like a designer for a whole year, and you will not understand the pain that your users feel. But if you take your time to just imagine what it feels like to be them, it's perfect when you can be them. That's the most perfect way to get this done. But if you can't, as you would see, take time to imagine what it feels like to be your user. Then you'll be able to come up with a very perfect user persona. Yeah. So this is one I found online. I liked it because it's detailed. This person went to town crafting this persona. But I will not ask us to do this now. This is what I will ask us to work with. So quickly, Madam Osi, you are designing your app, yeah? I'm going to give the leadership back to you because I assume that you know your app more than everybody else. I would work with you as your assistant designer. Yeah, tell us about your user. I think we gave him a name. We called him John Wick. Yeah, and we said that he wants to find meaningful work. That is his goal here, to find meaningful, rewarding work as a UX designer. So tell us a quote about him that captures his personality, his pain as a UX designer. Also share a brief story about this persona, his journey, include his goals and all of that. Then share a bit about how old he is, education, where he's from, what kind of family he comes from, and what he does. He's a UX designer. So let's go.
Okay, to start, our persona, John Wick, is a 24-year-old. Okay, let me see, 24-year-old. Yeah. So
go on.
Okay.
Taking notes.
He has 2 years of experience. You are working in
as a designer.
As a designer, and
okay, 2 years. Okay.
Presently, he's living alone. He's single. Yeah, he's single.
Single.
So, but okay, he loves relating with people.
Okay. Loves relating with people.
Okay. He loves traveling.
So, okay, he loves to travel. What are his frustrations?
Okay, his frustration is
yeah.
How can I say? Okay, his frustration is actually applying for jobs without getting good feedback. One of his frustrations, though, without getting good feedback, a lot of rejections.
And then we can also add that. Yeah, we can also add that he even when he finds work, they are not meaningful.
Full, exactly,
sir. Too low paying, or they don't allow him to apply himself the way he wants.
Yes, sir. Good. Thank you, sir, for that.
Applying for jobs. Yeah, for jobs, getting feedback. Then meaningful jobs, meaningfulness of jobs.
And
okay, so finish up by just sharing a story about him. You can use this format here. I don't know if you can see.
Okay, sir.
Format here. So just you can use this one. So I'm listening. Just share a story about him. Say John is a UX designer, and then he has been doing talk about him.
So, okay. We have talked about his frustration. Okay. Somebody wants to talk.
Okay. Go on.
Okay, I guess somebody wants to ask something, but okay, we have talked about this frustration. Um his motivation is a good working environment and a good salary payment.
Okay, okay, good. So it helps to talk about other non product aspects of the user's life. That way you understand them a lot, and you can glean plenty of insights from those other aspects of their lives. Yeah, don't worry. With time, you better get this. I want to attempt to finish this up, and then we can go over whatever needs to be whatever we need to go over before time expires. Yeah. So let's talk about the last bit of this, which is information architecture. So anybody wants to help us talk about what information architecture is? Anybody?
Okay. So information, I want to try.
Go on.
Okay. It is like let me see, like organization of folders content. Maybe
Of what?
organization of content and
Content. Okay.
yes, content on the on maybe on the platform that that helps to try to make sure that there is a balance in the type of information that the user gets.
Okay. That makes
Yes,
sense.
sir.
Does anybody else want to add something? Are there women in this class? Olayemi or Molola, I can see. Anybody else wants to add something? Olive is here. Precious Kanu is here.
Sorry, I missed the question. What was the question?
What is information architecture?
Okay, off the top of my head, I will just use the two words to form a definition. So information
That's the idea.
Yeah, so I think information architecture, in my own term, will be how the informations are structured and organized.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I think that what we are missing out is why it is done. So I like how you put it. It's basically like that. But something about why we do it, why we do information architecture. What's the goal?
Okay. The goal is actually to
for clearer engagement,
For what?
For better and clearer engagement. So informations are easy to find. Navigation is navigation is easier on the app or on the website.
That's it. That's it. So for the most part, it is how you structure, organize, and present information to a user when they interact with your design. It helps users to find what they need when they need it. Take notes, what they need when they need it. You don't hit them with everything at once, boom. No. Let them find what they need when they need it. This is what information architecture is at the core. Yeah, it helps to prevent information overload. So people, if you visit a website and you see too much content at the time, you will be turned off, you will leave. Yeah, but if you see what you want when you want it, it makes you want to actually continue the journey. So it works on two levels. Yeah, on a macro level, it's how you plan the content of the individual pages that make up that website. So the home page and the pages that come under it, and the pieces of content that come in those individual pages. Yeah. And on the micro level, it is how you organize content on the pages. So I want to show you some examples of information architecture online. So let me go to Figma, for instance. What's it called? Figma. Let's go with this. Let's share. Let's go to Google. Let's go to so you can see my Google, yeah? Can you?
No.
Oh,
No,
that
sir.
is
You stop sharing your screen.
okay. So let me do it again. Share. How about now? Okay. Let me do this right here. Put this here. Okay. Okay. So you can see this page here, yeah? It says earn money as an Airbnb host. You can see it, bar.
No. We're seeing your desktop.
Okay, let me fix that. Share. How about now?
Yes.
Good. So this is what I want to use to explain what or how information architecture works. You can when you see this page, what's the first thing that your eyes see?
The beautiful lady and money.
And what?
And money.
Okay, exactly. So I mean, it was designed that way on purpose, yeah. So let's talk about the end money. It's big, it's bold, it's obvious, yeah. So it's the first thing that your eyes see, and then there's small text under it, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense to you that the text explains the big text that you have just seen. So if you have the patience for it, you take some time to just look at it. And there's a button just under it. Why? So in case the small text has convinced you, just click the button and then do what they want you to do. Do you get? Now, if at this point you are still not convinced or you just want to know more, you would go to what you could earn in Boston. Now, take note of this. You are seeing this because this page is targeted toward people living in Boston. If you are living in Lagos and you are viewing this page, good UX would make you see what you could earn in Lagos. You understand? So it almost feels like they are talking to you. Yeah? And then it goes on like that. Now imagine that all the text on this page was the same font. Just imagine that. How would you feel if you visited this website, same everything? It will seem too wordy, too much for you to read, and then you would most likely want to leave. Yeah. So as I always like to use sites like Craigslist and I can't even say it, so Craigslist and Nairaland to show how yeah open a new tab. So this is what Craigslist looks like. I don't know if you know Craigslist. Do you?
Yep.
Does anybody know
Yep. We know.
Craigslist? Okay. Well, I mean, you should actually like visit the site. This is what it looks like. So you open it and you see text everywhere. What you first ask is, where do I start? What do I do? You would be overwhelmed. Yeah. People argue that the people that use Craigslist they are used to it, they are comfortable, good and fine. But if you want to appeal to more users in today's world, you shouldn't do something like this. You should use a bit of hierarchy to organize your website. Also, let the architecture be well organized that people know what they are looking for where. It would make a lot more sense if housing was on a separate tab, for sale a separate page, jobs a separate page, than lumping everything together. Then everything is text. There are no images, there's hardly any space, nothing. Just lump everything together. Yeah, this is how not to do good information architecture in today's world. Yeah, if you want to use more of something like this, plenty of space, images, colors, and you organize your fonts to look good. Yeah, and then don't also forget the sitemaps. Use them to plan how the entire website will look like and how one page links into the other one. If you feel overwhelmed by how big the sitemap is, then divide the map into divide the site into smaller bits, and then build the map like that. I want to show you an example of a sitemap. I don't know if you can see this sitemap. Can you?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so this is actually what a sitemap can look like. You can have it even a whole lot bigger. You can have it smaller, but it is good to have an idea in your head where each page is and what pages will come under each page. Yeah, so I think that I have said quite a lot today. Do you have any questions for me at this point? Anybody? Questions?
Yes, thanks, questions, sir.
Go on, please.
Okay, first let me say thank you for the session. It has been a wonderful experience so far.
You are welcome.
So on the user journey and the
Yeah.
user flow. Sorry for asking this. It's kind of, but I want to know, can it still be done after let me say after the launch? Like an app has been launched, although it has it does not look very good, it doesn't get good response to it, like good feedback on it. Can the process
Okay,
be done like
okay.
without? Okay.
Yes. So to answer you, any part of design can be done at any point in time. Yeah? No,
Okay, sir.
but here's the catch. Design is best done at the beginning. It is easier when you start doing design from the very, very beginning. So it's like, think of it like you want to build a house. When is the best time to design the house? When you want to start
Before building it,
building
sir.
it. Yeah? Now, exactly. Now, digital products have an advantage over houses, which is that even after that initial design you do before you start to build, when you start to build and after you have built, you can continue to use design to improve what you have already. I think you can even do the same thing with physical products. It's why every year phone companies release new phones. The phone they made last year is okay. It can work. All the tech in the phones they made last year can last us another 50 years. There is no point making new ones this year. But because they have design at their disposal, they are able to explore new ways that they can make small improvements to their phones to make their customers like them and actually want to buy them. The same thinking can apply to houses and cars. So to answer your question, yes, you can do any part of the design process after you have built the actual product, but it is best done before, during, and after. you understand?
Okay, sir. And secondly, sir, and maybe probably lastly,
Okay.
what is usually the time frame for let me see, this user journey, user flow, personal information access, just everything we've done to like in the actual product. We are working on a product now. What should be the definitive time frame? Like, okay, we're working in a team and people are expecting you to deliver on, people are expecting or we are counting on other team members to deliver. When, as in how long should it take for all this process to be done, like by standard, sir?
Okay, so I'm not aware of any such standard. I'm not aware that there's any definitive time that these things can take for some kinds of solutions. So because I am a doctor and I have healthcare background, I can do any of these things for a healthcare solution in say a lot less time than most other people can. But for some other kinds of products that I have no industry knowledge of, I would have to go and do actual research, ask questions. So it might take me a lot more time. So it could be anything from a few hours to a couple of days to get any of them done, like say user research, journey map, user flow, like that. So it can take the amount of time that you need to get it done.
Okay, sir.
You
Thank you, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir, I do. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Any other questions though?
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
This is speaking from like a freelancer's point of view, a
Okay.
freelance designer, and probably you have this client that you're designing for. You've been hired to design maybe an app or something. This user journey, user flow, personas, well, information architecture is out of it because that's like um, your own personal guide to have something presentable. But for user journey, user flows, and personas, are they deliverables you need to deliver to the client to say, hey, are they necessary for the client to see, or is it just for you being the designer? Are they like deliverables you need to deliver to the client?
They aren't exactly deliverables. I mean, unless the client asks you for that, it says, okay, help me create a user persona for But it's something that it is good if you do, and if you're happy to share with the client and they and they appreciate it, share with them. You help them know how you are thinking. It is also what I would say international clients and companies look out for. Not even your final designs. They want to know the process you follow, to arrive at those designs. So if you have them, keep them, and be happy to share them with anybody who appreciates them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Anybody else? Are there women in this class? It appears that the guys are doing more of the talking. Let's hear you.
So my next talk is not like a question, but it's more like an observation.
Okay.
I've taken my time to observe Nairaland and Craigslist. And as funny as their information architecture look, or as depressing as it looks, they still have a very huge followership and viewership. So my question will now be, why is that? Because Nairaland, there was a time, I can't get the statistics really right now, but I think there was a time where Nairaland was like the second most visited website in Nigeria. So with the bad architecture, people still go there to visit. So my question, well, will it be a question now? Would be, why is that?
So
it might be probably like
what I'm about to say.
Yes, sorry, continue.
It's actually what I think. Yeah, it's not like I have evidence to back it up. But I think that those kind of platforms are niche platforms. Yeah, niche in that they serve a particular demographic of users. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to build a solution that works for any and everybody, that is why we are having this discussion about how to design. Yeah, because we want to build things that any and everybody can use. To use one time I had to use Nyland sometime this year. Each page I opened, I went into the inspector and I left aligned because what they had there was making me lose my mind. So I left aligned every page before I could use it. Yeah, so it's how I am. I like things to be well designed, and I think that the site could be better. But I think that they have niche users who like it how it is, and they have no interest in appealing to the masses. So it's why they are still existing.
Hello, Chike.
So,
Well done, Chike. Let
Yeah,
me, let me just add a little bit to this thing. And during the last assignment that was given was about bad UI examples, or no, that was the very first one. And
yeah,
I need to see this. Even I mentioned it in the other class that I had, that sometimes there's how we, especially those of us that have come to use very nice designs using an iPhone and an Android, and everything is looking all prim and proper. And we kind of expect that it's still possible to have like a beautifully nice design, but it's not thought through for the users. But back to Nairaland,
okay,
we need to look back and see where how Nairaland was. Remember that there was a time when, first off, people didn't have very fast internet connections. People were in streaming videos. So Nairaland
yeah,
fits very well into being able to use your small Nokia phone with Opera Mini to
and
browse.
just small data too, very
Exactly.
small data.
Yeah. Yeah. So for everyone who is looking at Nairaland now, you need to recognize that there was a point in time when, and it still is to a very large degree, that it still served the
Yeah, it
purpose
is.
which it is built
It
for. It
is.
use not plenty
Yeah,
JavaScript
yeah, yeah.
work. So we should disabuse our minds from thinking that something has to have to look nice with drop shadows and for it to be considered good design. If it works, if you're working, if they make a path for you on the road and you decide that taking a shortcut through a creating a triangle instead of going straight and left right is works better for you, then people are definitely going to use it, regardless of the fact that this one is paved and this other one is a footpath. So the most
Fact,
important
yes,
thing is
fact.
that
Yes,
yeah,
Nairaland
yes.
works. It works, it's fast, it works.
yeah, Gabriel, thank you for that. It's really an eye opener. But on the other hand, too, I don't know if you know Quora. Quora is also
Good.
another website that does the same thing as Nairaland. And if you look at Quora very well, Quora too doesn't really it's not as well, it's as simple. It's as simple as Nairaland should be, but it's presented in a better, it has a better information architecture. That's what I'm saying. So comparing that with the point where you're saying, okay, some people have smaller phones, less data, and all that. Where are two? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, go on. I think someone unmuted their mic and there was a lot
Okay,
of.
yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is it can still, yeah, I know they already have their markets, they already have their audience and all that, but personally, I think it can still be better looking at comparing it with Quora. Quora 2 does the same thing, You see a lot of white space in the background. The way the information is structured is simple. Even if you use a Nokia phone.
Class section class.
Sorry, someone is Mike. Okay, go on. Let me just mention that while when Adam created Quora, that's the CEO of Quora,
Yeah,
he was formerly the CTO of Facebook. So there were a whole lot of learnings
yeah.
that brought from there. So there's a whole lot of things that we never really see on the face value that influences how products are built these days.
Yeah.
It's like Reddit, for instance. No matter how rubbish looking Reddit is, people are still using it,
They're
so
still using it, yeah.
it's hard to explain.
It's true. All right, thanks, man. Chike left the building.
Wait, so are you saying that the reason why the Quora app is built a certain way is because if we had introduced like images and all, making it look like Facebook, the guy would have been sued?
Sorry, come again.
Are you saying that the reason why the Quora app was built like well a certain way is because if you had maybe made it so interactive like pictures like Facebook, we might have been sued with copyright infringement on stuff? Do you think that
No,
influenced them building
no, no,
pattern?
no, at all. Like, definitely, I don't know what was going through their mind, but you need to understand that Facebook is more like a social network that has everything, and Quora is more like a Q&A platform. So they face two different things. I'm not saying that maybe there was any non-compete clause or whatever, but
Okay.
yeah, they're two different platforms when you look at them. So let's just hold on for I think it's network issue. Let's just hold on for Chiki to come back.
Yeah, it's been raining cat and dog on my end, in Lagos. So I guess network issues.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Sorry
Welcome
about that.
back.
I fell out. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any more questions, so we can start rounding up. Anybody? Questions? You can type if you are shy to, you know, use the mic. Okay. So I assume that we don't have any questions. Any more questions? That's nice. Is Gabriel still here? I think he has like some updates to share with us about the assignments.
Oh, I'm still here. Which is it? The last one? No, not yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or can they go on with the assignments? I mean, the assignments for this week.
yes, yes, yes. You will have to do both of them. Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay, guys. So the assignments for this week would still be based on your current project. I would also like to mention that I would share this slide with you on the. I will share with you so you can go over them, and then you will also find the assignments there. Yeah, but I'm also going to say the assignments here so we all understand what we are supposed to do. So we are all working on individual personal projects. Yeah, what we will do is that we will do four things. One, make a user journey for your product. Yeah, create a user flow for this product. Make at least two personas again for your product. You can use the template on one of my slides, slide 23. There's a template there. Make use of it. And then map out your site information architecture, which means that you should, because I'm sure you would not have the page content now. Instead, work on the pages, how many pages you intend to have, and how they link to themselves. Do you understand? Do we understand the assignment?
No, no.
Please,
So the
can
last
you
one, the last one isn't so
last
clear.
part you just said again?
Okay, so everything that we have learned today, everything that we have done today, you would do it for your product. Yeah. So you would create a user journey, a user flow, create two user personas, and then map out your information architecture. Now, I mentioned that I am aware that at this point, you would not have the page content, the text, the headline, all of that. But you would know, you would have an idea what pages you want to have: home page, login, sign up, about us, all of that. So use those pages to create your site information architecture. Let us know how you want to arrange them and how you want to make one link into the other one. Do you get? Do you understand?
So for those of us that are just joining the class for the first time,
Okay. Is Roland here? Is Roland here? Roland.
No, I don't think Roland is in the class.
Okay, so he would be in the best place to answer that, Or Gabriel, what do you think?
I don't know.
Okay,
Because
so
right now
we
we are
can
like
cross here.
we're like four assignments deep. So to everyone who received the last assignment on Thursday, there is actually another follow-up assignment, which is after your writing your questions. There's a so I want to review all of them before you now create them into questionnaires. So you'll probably be doing that alongside the one that Chike is going to share for this week. Um, But so for everyone who is joining now, for everyone who is joining now, please make sure you are in the WhatsApp group and the Slack group, right? And send me a message. My name is Gabriel I don't even know how. Okay, my name is Gabriel on the Slack group. I know there's probably just a few people, so send me a message so that I would know how to to watch the videos and do the assignment, since I was the one that took the first two classes. So send me a private message on Slack. I'd posted the link before. We'll try and post it again. But if I know there are probably less than 5 people, but please message me on Slack so that I can guide you through. We're already like 2 weeks in. This is the 3rd week that UK is taking now. Else you might be
Okay,
confused.
so does that help?
Yeah. We'll try. We'll catch up.
Does that help? Okay, so yeah, endeavor to move fast, because you would basically be covering 2 weeks or 3 weeks worth of work in 1 week. So you have a
So
lot
my
more work
question will now
to
be
do compared to the others.
yeah. So my question will now be, for the previous assignment, what are they using? What are they using for this assignment? Is it Figma? Is it XD? Is it
Gabriel
FigJam?
will I think if you speak with Gabriel, he will answer
All right.
all of that. Yeah, he will.
Okay.
He will. Yeah. So
All right.
I think
we're not started designing anything yet. Please.
yeah.
So user
Yeah.
flows now. You have talked about user journey, user flows,
Yeah.
And information architecture. Those are structuring. So I don't know, is there an app you are using for all that? That was the question I was going to ask actually.
Okay. So for today's part, I used the jam, and I mentioned that the best tool is the one that gets the job done. So
Done.
pen and paper, jam, anything that you are comfortable with. You can even use PowerPoint, whatever gets the job done for you. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does anybody else have anything to say, or can we adjourn? So yeah, I think that we can adjourn. All right, guys.
Sorry,
It's
excuse
been
me.
a wonderful. Okay, go on.
Yes, my name is
Yes,
Williams,
go on,
and I'm just joining this week. Now, is there any way we can catch up for the 2 weeks, since we're still on introduction and we haven't started any app yet, using any app yet? How do we catch up with the assignments and the classes?
There's a way, and if you contact Gabriel, he would show you how. So he said that he should be sent a message on Slack. So join the Slack group and then send Gabriel a message. I think that we would share a post on WhatsApp telling you what to do. Yeah, so if you are just joining for the first time today, we will share a message on WhatsApp telling you what to do and how you can catch up. Is that okay?
All right. And also to get to Slack,
Okay.
right?
Okay, so yes.
Okay, good.
We'll share. Yeah. So apart from those who just joined, do we have any other questions? Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, you said, do we have any other person that joined or any question? I didn't get that then.
I said, apart from those who just joined, do we have any other questions?
Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm good.
Okay, so I assume we have no.
I'm one of those that
that's
joined.
fine. It's been a wonderful. That's fine. It's been a wonderful session. We'll talk during the week, and then we will see again. You'll be seeing my face again next week. Yeah. So have a wonderful week ahead.
You too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Chike and team. Bye. See you guys on Slack.
You are welcome.
Bye.
Yeah.